I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Hi, Stan fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and today we're going to take a look at the Newtral detachable laptop table on chair. Whoops. So as you can see, there is a rotating cup holder. What it means by that is you can rotate it underneath so it's out of the way. You can adjust the desktop position back and forth on the chair if you wish to. There are legs that you can use if you want to, or not. Now, this comes in several parts. I've shown you the manual. The desktop itself is made of two parts, which unfortunately, once you put them together, you can't actually take them apart. So we've got this part here that has the stand for the laptop with the foot to hold it in place. And then this is a mouse pad. And of course, you can put things up in here. I don't know how well you can see that. Let me bring it closer. Then I can't see, but that's okay. I don't need to see. There's another holder over here. Oops, wrong side. Right here that you can pull out, and I'm not sure exactly what it's for. Now, right about here on the other side, there is a magnet. So you can put something that is ferrous there so that it'll hold it in place. You could, if you have like a clamp down like tablet holder or something, you can clamp it to the surface. The back side is well reinforced. Now, I will warn you, in order to put this piece and this piece together, it required a lot of force. I ended up having to grab my mallet in order to finish putting it on here. Now, if you don't have a mallet, what you can do is you can take a piece of wood and put it on here, and then hit the wood with the hammer so that the wood is going to absorb any damaging impact instead of that being passed on to the surface on the side here. So once you've got this done, there are different things that you can do. Other than the mallet, the only other thing you need is this tool that it comes with, which has a Phillips head on one side and has a hex wrench on the other side, and everything else is in this little bag. You will find that there are, if I can get them out, there they are, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are these bolts, and these bolts are for you to connect the two pieces together. 1, 2, 3. They give you an extra one. So you need to screw these in. So I'm going to screw these in now. I wanted to show you this so that you are aware of the process. Now, I can't get this thing apart again. I was going to try and pry it apart with a pry tool, but the plastic isn't strong enough to withstand the prying, so I gave up on that. I wanted to start, from zero, but yeah. There are also certain other things that are pretty much a one-way street, but not entirely, I suppose, but I'm not sure how to get around it. Okay, so once those are tightened up enough, now this is solidly connected even more so than with just the friction. So the next thing we want to do is you need to decide, do you want to connect this to your table? Now, if you look at the listing for this product, it shows you something like this. And there's literally, there is no way you're going to get into this chair with this thing pre-attached. You're not going to get out of it unless you're like this really limber, skinny person, and you push it all the way back as far as it'll go and then kind of slide out of there. You might be able to squeak through, but honestly, you're going to have to put it on and take it off, put it on and take it off. There's just no way to make it convenient. Or, and I don't think there's a visual aid for the other option. The other option is you can do it like that and put it on a stable surface. Now that could be a table, it could be a firm mattress, something like that, the floor even. Or I suppose in theory you could use both the feet, the legs, and also the chair, but I'm not really sure if that's going to work out very well. It doesn't really make sense to me. So the arm holders for your chair look like this. And you can see right here, that's F as in front. So see that? That tells you which way this should be pointing when you're installing it on the back side. And this is important because you can only install it one way. I did have a little bit of problems when I took this apart again because one of the two of these didn't want to slide all the way forward so I could unscrew all 6. You can see there are 6 holes there. I couldn't get to the middle ones. Well, I finally managed to work it around so that I could get it all the way forward, but I was a little bit concerned that I wasn't going to be able to do even that. So that's those. And as you can see, they've got a nice ratcheting system for adjusting the position. And to make sure these don't come off of your chair somehow, you have this hole here, and you've got this here. Now you'll notice that there are a couple of teeth at the top here. So what you're going to have to do, and I'm not entirely excited about this, but my suggestion is you're going to take this, which is going to act as a flat surface despite those teeth, and it's going to hold those teeth because of those holes, and you slide it into here, slide it inside so that it's sticking out the top there. And now you're going to grab your knob here, and you're going to start screwing this in. Now, what you want to do is you want to push that spike into the hole, which is going to make it kind of a permanent deal. I'm not sure if that's going to make it difficult. I don't really think it'll make it particularly difficult to then loosen it or anything like that. I think you can still very easily take it off of the chair. But you know, basically the idea is you're going to connect those just like that. I've got it connected now. So you just keep on, and I don't know if you can see that or not. I got to get it. The problem is to get it aligned with the teeth with the holes. I think I've got it now. Yeah, that looks right. So let me just make sure I've got it right. Okay, so you can see right there, it's now fully attached. So you can keep on turning this as much as you need to turn it without damaging the bottom of the arm of your chair. And you'll want to do the same thing with the other one. Now, once you've got that situated, you can, or both of them, I should say, what you can do then is you want to find the places where they're going to be, which is one goes here and one goes here. And this is going to be a little bit awkward. But again, you're going to look for the F's, and you're going to look at which side is the front and which side is the back. So you can tell this is the back because it's got this divot in it, right? So we want to have Oh, and I almost forgot. You can also get your bearings because right there it's got an F and also on that side. So all you got to do really is pay attention to either of those. You're going to seat this with the F pointing the same direction as the F on the underside on top of this area. And it kind of fits in there. Not perfectly, but it fits. And you should be able to look in and you should see that the holes have lined up. And then you're going to take the screws and you're going to put 2 screws in on whichever side you're started with. It doesn't really make a big difference. The important thing is you get all 6 screws put into place. So I'm just going to temporarily put these in, and then I will show you the other orientation. Once you've got the first 2 screws in, here and here, if you've got this pulled back all the way, it exposes these 2 holes over here, and you can put those screws in too. Now you've got the 4 screws on this side done. You're going to slide this all the way to the end and put in the 2 screws on this side. So with both of them for the arms on, looks like this. Oh, and be careful, don't over tighten the screws. They're only mounted in plastic. Unfortunately, they did not put metal liners inside of the mounting holes. So it is definitely possible for you to strip the plastic. I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even being like forceful or anything like that. I think I've stripped 2 holes already, which is really annoying. That shouldn't happen. But yeah, it could be a better design. Now, and just in case for some reason you feel like you need to remove the knobs and these get broken, there are 2 extra ones. So once you've got the legs on, as you can see, they're ready to rock and roll. And once you have got them on, you can tighten up the hex bolts at the base of the legs so that it will be easy for you. And don't forget to collapse the legs down to their shortest height, just to make it easier on yourself. You can I've already tightened these up. And they fit perfectly together like that. And if you want to put it on a table, just open it up. Then you can change the height to whatever height you need it to be. Take out your laptop. Oh, and there are, I believe it's 5 adjustment positions. You'll need to take, where is it? You need to fold that out, and then you'll need to put it in whichever of the holes you need it to be in. Put your support out for the laptop, put your laptop on, and there you go. Now, obviously, this is too tall, but I'd probably have a computer keyboard and mouse down here if I wanted to have it this tall, but it is really too tall with me sitting like this. You want to have it lower down, obviously. So does it have everything that I would like it to have? No. It doesn't have metal liners on the mounting holes. It has, for whatever reason, this mouse pad is lined with a silicone piece down here, and it's a bit rough. I'm wondering if maybe they were thinking maybe some people are still using the non-optical mice, or if this is for tracking purposes. I don't really know. I think that they could have figured out a way to put a fan on this thing underneath to help blow air onto the laptop from from like down here, but then that would have interfered with the legs. So, but yeah, what kind of modifications or improvements would you have made on this if this was your project? What would you do differently, considering everything? What might you have done? I think I probably would have put something on the bottom edge of this tray just so that when it closes, it doesn't slam so hard. Just a little bit of rubber to cushion it. I think I might even still do that because it's a little bit jarring. And yeah, it's not bad. I wonder how many times with the legs slamming like that is going to be before pieces of plastic start flaking off. I hope not, but I can certainly see that possibility. So yeah, that's it for the Newtral desktop, laptop support, whatever you want to call this thing, for your chair, for your table, for your bed. It's not a bad deal. Could be better, but it's not a bad deal. You can certainly easily add your own fan if you wanted to, if you're not going to be folding the legs. Or if you don't plan to use the legs, you could take the legs off and then the fan will have free reign, or fans. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching and have a great day.